It's on Sunday, guys. Let's see if I can maybe get a focus analysis for you guys. You've been amazing. And today, let me just try to see if I can give you next week's signal, guys. So let's try to see if we can catch any random pair. You know what I mean? And let's see. Let's start with the Aussie card, and I'll start from the weekly. Okay. Let's go from the weekly. If we get something, then maybe next week we'll react to that. Okay. So basically, Aussie card, we can see that, okay, price was in a downtrend, giving us a lower low, lower high, and let's see. So we had first touch, second touch. Okay, if we had that, of course, we anticipate that price has a potential to maybe go back to test this level or to give us a third touch. All right, so let's continue. So probably we might have another trend right here. All right, so let's continue. Maybe adjust our trend lines, adjust our trend lines. Let's adjust the trends and see if at least they make sense. Remember, I don't ignore wicks. Okay, so we have that type of a trend. Okay. Now remember, our anticipation is that price might or is probably has a potential of going to retest this trend line and maybe continue dropping, because we understand that now we are in a downtrend. Okay, so if we have that in mind, let's go to the daily. Of course, let's do this. We have this level right there. Let's go to the daily and continue understanding this market. Remember, our conference or the thing that we have at the back of our mind is only buys on this market. As for now, that is what we see. So let's continue. Let's continue understanding the market more. Okay. All right. Now, if we bring in this level, that was the last high. So that should be our supply zone. Okay. Then now let's continue understanding market. So yeah. So if we had this level, the market dropped, now touched our demand zone, went up, and now probably went down. And remember, we still have that bias that this market might be going all the way up. So our bias is still right. So let's continue magnifying everything. And remember, we had a downtrend right here, something like this, and something like that. And of course, that was broken. Okay. Now, those are just added confluence. If that's the case, let's continue understanding the market. All right. So now, before this market or before price broke, we see that price probably gave us a reversal. That's an inverse head and shoulder. This is the head, and now we see we had a right shoulder. Okay, so those are just confluence, and now as usual we had a neckline right here. Well, that was the previous lower high, and it was broken. Now we see that kind of the market is respecting this level. Okay. All right, so we are still at the daily, guys. All right, now remember, we also had a trend line right here, 1 2 3, and also 1 2 3 somewhere right there. Okay, now let's hit the H4. Of course, we don't want to forget this level right there. Let's do this. All right, that's looking good. So now at the H4, we will try to maybe adjust our trends. Maybe if we made a mistake, something like this. I hope you guys are with me. Okay. Okay, all right. Now, when we come to the H4, we also see a reversal, which is an inverse head and shoulder. Once again, this is the left shoulder, this is the head, and now price gave us the right shoulder. Okay, and also if we identify this as the last high, price took out that level. So it makes sense if we continue looking for our bullish property on this trade. Of course, we might try to do this, have that as a maybe a higher high, higher low, and our price try to give us a higher high. But you see, we have something like a reversal. So I'm anticipating that price might reverse to this level, to give us the third touch right here. First touch, second touch, and now the third touch. This is where we might maybe look for our buy position somewhere around that level, okay. And also there's also this, okay, so that's also another confidence, the reason why we see that our price is giving us a double top. Okay, all right, so let's hit the 1 hour. Now when we are at the H1, remember, we're looking for buys, and now we might maybe try to see if we can have another trend. That is, if it makes sense. Let's do this. Yeah, so we see there's that type of a reversal pattern that we're seeing. Like I said before, we have a double top. So we need to respect that type of a pattern, okay? So I'll do this just for me to be neat, something like this, okay. So right now, if the market opens, that is tomorrow, basically today is Sunday, so maybe let's just say that on a midnight, today is midnight, and we need to see, probably the market might give us a bullish flag, who knows, something like this. Oh, come on. Something like this, and if we see a reversal, then we might decide to take that buy entry, okay. And if that doesn't happen, we don't do anything, okay. So in case maybe price continue dropping and maybe break out this level, we might then maybe wait for a pullback, because now we are not going to look for a buy position only. This time we are going to look for sell position. So at this, basically I'm looking for buys on Aussie card. Let me see, I'll have this right there, and maybe look for another pair. Okay, already we've talked about Aussie. Let me look into another pair which don't have Aussie. I'll just pick on random, maybe Euro USD. Yeah, let's start from the weekly. All right, so we need to understand what price is doing, okay. Now based on the weekly, generally we see that we are in a downtrend. Of course, we're in a downtrend, and the price was giving us a lower low, lower high as usual. And let's see, maybe if we try to bring our trend line, something like this. So you see, it makes sense. So right now I can say that, price tried to break, but there was this level that it failed to break out. So maybe something like this, and now you see price push down. So it was just, it was still in a downtrend, okay. And also we have this level right here that we won't ignore, okay. All right. So basically we will go to the daily, of course, as we try to understand this market here, and let's hit that. Let's go to the daily. Remember, we understand that we are still in a downtrend. Now on the daily, probably we might maybe have this level, okay, and try to interpret price from that, okay. So in fact, let's go. All right, so now from the daily perspective, we see that price is maybe consolidating, because it went up then started going sideways. That is why I'm talking about consolidation. It's not giving us any direction, it's just moving sideways, okay. All right, so let's see the H4. Now we need to understand this level and maybe trade based on what we'll be seeing from the lower time frame, that is. So we'll hit the 4 hour, Remember, now we are trading the demand and supply zone type of a strategy. Okay, all right, now we see that price went up, basically right here price went up, something like this, and yes, it broke. The moment it broke, we see that now we are in a downtrend. But remember, there's also this level right here that we won't ignore. You know, price might decide to reverse from that level. You never know. So if we have that type of a play, then now probably we might bring in our trend line once again, something like this, and also something like this. Okay, so it makes sense now. All right, so now we'll concentrate only on this level, this downtrend. Okay, I hope you guys are with me, you're not lost. So I'll do this. Okay, so right now we'll just look for patterns and shapes. If we see any, then react to what price is telling us. Okay, all right, so what if price wants to give us something like this, an inverse head and shoulder, you know what I mean, something like this before going up. That is one anticipation, but at the same time, remember, we're still in a downtrend. So for us to be on a safer side and say, okay, price is now ready to go up, remember there's this level, just a minute, we have this level right here. Okay, we have this resistance line right there. So now, for a clear indication that now price is ready to take off, we need price to break out this level with a bullish pattern or a bullish continuation pattern, just to tell us that we are now in a bullish market. Like I said before, we are still in a bearish market. So something like this. So on a Euro USD, I'll expect something like that. And like I say, price might be giving us an inverse head and shoulder. Left shoulder, head. Probably the market goes up to give me a right shoulder and continue going up. Now that is on Euro USD. So for me to take a buy on Euro USD, I'll want price to maybe hit this level, then it goes back or pull back, because now during this pullback, most people will be thinking, oh, we are in a downtrend, so now we should continue selling, because each and every time price hits a support, a resistance, it drops. But in real sense, that might be a pullback. So I'll need to see if I have bullish property or a bullish flag. Okay, now that is when I'll react to this Euro USD. So Euro USD is also looking good for buys. That is not yet buys. Is not yet ready to take a buy, but it's looking good for buys. Okay, and if that doesn't happen, probably the market might give us another continuation, and maybe it breaks, give us a reversal. Maybe the market breaks this trend that's creating an uptrend, gives us a pullback, a reversal, then we might continue for going down for ourselves. But for now, I'll only be looking at bullish property, and if that doesn't happen, then no problem. All right, okay, now I'm not going to look into other pairs because I don't want to confuse you guys. Now only look out for those two pairs that I've given you. Okay, so next week just look out on Aussie CAD and Euro USD. Those are good trades that if they play out as we anticipate, then now we will catch good amount of pips. You understand? So I'm just going to watch out and see how they react to those levels, those key levels. Okay, and if that doesn't happen, I won't do anything. All right, guys. So until next time, people. Adios, amigos. Peace.